A poor, hungry girl entered a restaurant, weak and trembling from hunger, unable to resist, began eating from it. Suddenly, she bumped into a waiter, and the tray he was holding fell to the floor. The waiter reacted harshly and insulted her. The girl, embarrassed and desperate, picked up some of the fallen food and said softly, "I'm hungry." At that moment, another waiter came over. He helped her up and said to the first waiter, "You should never treat anyone like that." The rude waiter scoffed, saying, "Who knows where these beggars come from?" The kind waiter seated the girl at a table and said, "Please sit here. I'll bring you something to eat." Hearing that, the girl smiled with gratitude and said, "You are very kind." When the kind waiter was taking food to her, the first waiter stopped him and said, "You're making a mistake. You shouldn't feed such people. I'll tell the manager to deduct the cost from your salary." The kind waiter replied calmly, "That's fine. Deduct it from my pay. Let her eat in peace." When he placed the food in front of the girl, she clapped her hands with joy and hugged him warmly. She began to eat slowly and with great satisfaction. When she finished, she even licked the plate clean. With her hunger gone, she thanked the waiter deeply, held his hands, and kissed them. The waiter smiled and said, "Wait here. I'll bring you something else." While he went to get more food, the poor girl quietly left the restaurant, leaving a letter on the plate. The waiter returned, found the letter, and started reading it. Meanwhile, the rude waiter complained to the manager about what had happened. The manager called the kind waiter and scolded him, saying, "This is not how things are done here. If you feed any beggar who walks in, the money will be cut from your salary." The waiter replied humbly, "That's all right, sir. You can deduct it." A little later, everyone heard that the owner of the restaurant Asodortori was coming. All the managers gathered in the room to discuss it. Suddenly, the restaurant's owner entered, and to everyone's shock, it was the same poor girl, now dressed elegantly. Everyone was stunned. The kind waiter, surprised, said, "We didn't know who you were. If we made any mistake, please forgive us." The owner smiled and said, "You made no mistake, you helped me. I only wanted to see how you treat people in need. Now, I've seen your true character." She turned to the rude waiter and the manager and said, "You both will no longer work here. You may leave." Then she looked at the kind waiter and said, "From today, you are the new manager of this restaurant." The waiter's eyes filled with tears of joy. He kissed her hands and said, "Thank you, ma'am. Indeed, kindness is never wasted."